Now we prove the forward direction. Assume f is Riemann integrable. Fix alpha greater than 0. Let epsilon be greater than 0. There exists a partition p sub epsilon of the closed interval from a to b, such that the upper sum of f with respect to p sub epsilon minus the lower sum of f with respect to p sub epsilon is less than alpha times epsilon. Over the subintervals whose interiors contain points in d alpha, big M sub k minus small m sub k is greater than or equal to alpha. Thus, the upper sum minus the lower sum is greater than or equal to alpha times the sum of delta x sub k. Then the sum of delta x sub k is less than epsilon. Thus, we can cover the points in d alpha contained in the interiors of the subintervals with a finite collection of open intervals g sub 1, g sub 2, up to g sub big N, such that their lengths sum to less than epsilon. There are possibly finitely many elements in the intersection of p sub epsilon and d alpha. That is, the points in d alpha at the endpoints of the subintervals. We can cover them with a finite collection of open intervals g sub big M plus 1, g sub big M plus 2, up to g sub big M plus big M, such that the sum from n equals big M plus 1 to big M plus big M of the length of g sub n is less than or equal to epsilon minus the sum from n equals 1 to big N of the length of g sub n. Then d alpha is contained in the union from n equals 1 to big N plus big M of g sub n, and the sum from n equals 1 to big N plus big M of the length of g sub n is less than or equal to epsilon. Given epsilon greater than 0, for each positive integer n, d alpha sub n can be covered by a finite collection of open intervals whose lengths sum to less than epsilon over 2 to the n, where alpha sub n equals 1 over n. Thus, d equals the union from n equals 1 to infinity of d alpha sub n can be covered by a countable collection of open intervals whose lengths sum to less than epsilon. Hence, d has measure 0, completing the proof.